What's up, fellas? Y'all might recognize this as a wheel. These are this is one of the wheels I had on the red car at the track. It's 15 by 10 weld wheel, 26 by 10 tire. These used to be all black. I had a, I don't recall the exact reason. I think there was a stain or something on one of these I couldn't get out, so I ended up painting all the wheels black, like a long time ago. And I ran them that way for several years. I decided to take the black off the outer rim to kind of match the vision wheels I got on it now, the fronts anyway. So just so I could have, I've got another set of these drag stars that are all polished, and then I've got stiff walls on them, and then the old wheels that match these in the front, I took the tires off, bead blasted them, polished them up, and those have a Mickey Thompson, I think, or a Goodyear lightweight tire on them. So I'll run those, you know, when conditions are good, and I'll use these on the street when I go to try to drag you out or stuff like that, so I don't get a lot of attention from the popo, because the tires are going to match. So, you know, more likely they'll leave me alone, I hope. Anyway, that was some of the reason of taking the paint off. So what I did, I started out with 320 because I didn't want to take these off the wheel and try to get them lined up with the holes again. So I started out with 320 to sand it, and then I went to like 600, then 800, 1000, and then I went to I think 1200 or 1000 grit the pad. You know, these here we go, these kind of things I had showed you on when I was redoing the MIB, the LTD had issues on the paint. And then I finished it off with a 2000 grit pad, and that's right here. And then the last spot where it's kind of shiny, that's where I use this stuff with just the applicator and a terry or a microfiber towel to wipe it. I still got a couple more steps to do, but I wanted to show you what this was like here first before I got to the other steps. And I got a pretty good product too that rivals Mother's. So I'll show you that in the next clip. Later. Alright, fellas, so I did to get this part polished. This is still from using the Meguiar's, the heavy cut stuff, that stuff. And then what I used over here on the other side is this, the Busch's Super Shine aluminum polish. If the Busch name sounds familiar, it's because the guy who owns it is Dwayne Busch. I'm sure you heard me talk about him. He's the one who did the enforcer heads for me, cleaned up the my air on the exhaust port. So you get a kit when you buy this thing from Busch. Comes with a little instruction packet, an arbor and two polishing things, whatever these are. But they're really good. It works really good. I know everybody always talks about Mother's, and I've got a thing of Mother's, and I used them side by side on my old Vision wheels, then you can't tell the difference. But the thing I like is Dwayne is a, you know, he's a racer guy, car guy, and this outfit here, you know, while they're a car company of sorts, they support the aftermarket hobby, whatever. This is like 25 bucks, and this kit from Busch is like with that arbor right there, and the two polishing. I don't know what that. I'm at a loss for words right now what these are, but anyway, it comes with that, and the whole kit is like $40. Plus, like I said, this thing, 16 ounces, and this is 5. So 5 ounces for $25, or $40 for 16 ounces, and arbor and all this stuff will last a long time. So I think far better deal. The shine is pretty decent. I can't complain. I could probably have sanded it better with a finer and got more of a shine. So what I've seen in other videos on YouTube, they do get it where it's almost like chrome, and this shines pretty good, even though it's overcast today and it's not as dramatic. But you can see it is quite a difference. This is more typical of what they look like, and this really brings out the gloss on here. So that's what I found on this. Like I said, you know, I prefer to support, you know, like Dwayne Busch, or the Handling, you know, that sort of a thing, not the big companies. I support the little guys in the hobby. So that's what worked out for me, and I'm just sharing it with y'all. The intent of getting these ready is because next Sunday, the 16th of April 2023, is they're supposed to have a test and tune up at Atmore, and I still no word from Holt, and so it looks like I'll have to make that 2-hour ride up to Atmore. But I'm just gonna throw these on when I get up there and just, you know, make some hits, try to get back in the groove, so to speak, even though it's been a couple of years probably, or a year and a half or so since I last made it in the past, or attempted to. So that's the plan. Run these. I still got to do the other one, and hopefully the weather turns out good. Right now it's kind of iffy. It's like 50% chance of rain and mostly cloudy, but that's a week away. The weather fairies ain't got that stuff down yet, so we'll see what that looks like next week. All right, appreciate y'all. Later. Okay, guys, one last thing, then I'm going to wrap this up. This over here, watch to start out the back of the wheel. It had some overspray on it, so I took, like Wednesday night, it was dark, so I was just, I'll just chuck up a wire brush and a drill and run it over this, and so I did. And it got the paint off real quick. Of course, it scratched the shit out of the wheel, so I should have run like a heavier grit sandpaper back here, but I didn't. So you can see it's pretty rough. But the intent here is just to rub some mothers on here, and then the Busch stuff here with the polishing buffs, that word that I couldn't think of earlier. Let me tell you what, it's great getting old. A few more years I'll be hiding my own Easter eggs. Ain't that right, Emmy? Ain't that right, Emmy? So anyway, you can see the difference here. Like I said, as far as the compounds, I think they're pretty equal. I got to give the nod to the Busch though, because it's a whole lot more. You get like, what I say, 16 ounces versus 5 for you know, the difference in price is everything points to Busch, and you get the polishing buffs that you can see do a better job than just a microfiber towel or an applicator. So the buffs work good, the polish works good, and, you know, a little mom and pop place like Busch's compared to the big mega company like Mother's, I'll go with a small one every time. So I'll put a link up in the comments or in the wherever, so you'll see what I'm talking about, what the kit it comes with, and I'll even send this to Dwayne, let him know what I'm pimping his company, so to speak, and trying to help him out. All right, fellas, appreciate y'all. Later on.